Loyalist paramilitaries in Northern Ireland could have their ceasefire declared over after gunmen opened fire on security forces during a weekend of rioting and mayhem. The Northern Ireland Secretary Peter Hain will deliver his verdict within the next 48 hours. Police said that they had footage showing members of the Orange Order taking part in the unrest, an accusation the order has denied. Tonight, more protests and blockades have caused traffic chaos around Belfast. Jane Dodge has this report.
Burnt-out vehicles outside a police station, a sense of déjà vu perhaps. But this violence not the work of the IRA, but Loyalist paramilitaries. A cry for help, according to some politicians here. While those who stole this digger used it to help themselves to a cash point machine, the ultimate hole in the wall.
It's all down the Praise Commission. If they give the people what they want it, then it's all wouldn't have happened.
But the violence spread well beyond the controversial route of the parade in West Belfast. Clough-Fern, north of the city, was one of half a dozen towns where shops were set on fire. A bank still burning this morning. The riots started on Saturday after White Rock Orange Order March was rerouted by the Parades Commission to avoid a Catholic area. Hundreds of people hurled bricks and shots were fired at police. 50 bullet holes counted in one armoured vehicle alone. A wheelie bin packed with petrol bombs was taken away. Dozens of police officers injured in 2 days of rioting, described by the Northern Ireland Secretary as a throwback to dark and hideous days.
This is a moment of choice for everybody, for politicians, for people right the way down through every part of the community. Whose side are you on? Are you on the side of law and order, applied fairly and equally to every citizen, or are you against law and order, siding with those firing bullets at the police, throwing petrol bombs and blast bombs at the police and attacking them?
But it was the Orange Order, a legal organisation, not Loyalist paramilitaries, who the Chief Constable chose to single out for blame. He released a video showing men in orange sashes charging the police, ceremonial swords apparently used as weapons. But in turn, the Orange Order have blamed the police for heavy-handed tactics, some politicians furious at what they see as double standards.
I remember Roman Catholic clergy and Sinn Féin IRA spokesmen before the 12th of July evening calling people out onto the streets, warning that there would be deaths in Ardoyne and all sorts of dire predictions. And when it happened, none of the media, none of the Secretary of State or anyone else was running around blaming them. In fact, they were praising them.
So what is the Orange Order? It was founded more than 200 years ago by Protestants in armed conflict with their Catholic neighbours. Many unionist politicians have been members, including David Trimble, the former leader of the Ulster Unionists. The Orange Order claims a membership of between 50 and 60,000. The only criteria, you have to be a Protestant. Its role, to protect the civil and religious liberties of Protestants. The perception that those liberties are under attack, more alive than ever. The early release of the Shankill bomber Sean Kelly, seen here in the grey sweatshirt, just one of a whole list of what Protestants see as concessions to nationalists. Later this week, the government is expected to declare the UVF ceasefire null and void. It's killed 4 people in the last 6 weeks, part of a feud with the LVF. But its political isolation is only likely to reinforce the sense of alienation felt amongst some of those living in Loyalist communities.
Jane Dodge reporting now.